you're an actor, you're looking for work, your agent or somebody calls you and says, we'd like you to play Jesus. What's that like?
It was an answered prayer. The person who made that call was a friend and a colleague by that point, a guy by the name of Dallas Jenkins, who created The Chosen. And I had played Jesus for him for his church's Good Friday service in these little vignettes 3 times over the course of 4 years between 2014 and 2017.
Just literally in a church.
In a church. So we'd go and shoot out on a farm, these vignettes, whatever, built sets into this. In his church had like a little studio, and so we would, but mostly on location, we would film these little films that would be in the spirit of Good Friday or illustrate a particular gospel passage or scripture scene, and that was in line with the theme of the service for that year. And yeah, so the first time I played Jesus in one of those short films was the crucifixion. I was in it for 5 minutes. The film itself, it's called The Two Thieves. You can actually find it, I think, on Amazon still. And it was about, it was a what if story about the two thieves crucified on either side of Christ. Like, who were they? How did they get there? How do you go in like one of the Gospels in one paragraph from, he was being mocked and reviled even by the thieves next to him, to all of a sudden the penitent thief, as he's referred to, gives his life basically to Jesus in that moment and said, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus says, truly, today you will be with me in paradise. And he basically, it's like the first confession on the cross, and he grants him access to the kingdom. And so how do you go from being one of the mockers, revilers, to this sudden conversion on the cross? And so Dallas tries to answer that question in the course of this 25-minute film. I actually read for the penitent thief because he's got this fantastic narrative arc. And then, and I thought I'd had a great audition. It was in LA at the time. And I knew it was an opportunity to get paid a nominal stipend for some work in another city, in this case, suburban Chicago. And I thought, man, I would audition for this short film. I don't care if it's for a church. It's a great story. The script is great. So I go and I audition. I had a great audition. I'm like, I think I nailed it. A couple of days later, I get a call back to come back in, but this time to read for Jesus. And I thought to myself, man, I didn't get the first role. And then I looked again at the script. I'm like, wait, so Jesus got like 5 lines in the whole thing. But I had happened to have played Jesus 6 months prior for another completely independent project up in Washington State at a studio for this Catholic company called St. Luke Productions, about this saint in the early 20th century named St. Faustina, who was considered a mystic.